Aloha Nifties! Como mai? Anitari Nicole. I am Nicole, and we are a crafting community. So grab your work in progress, also known as a whip, and let's get started on our 10-minute crafting break. Today I am drinking coffee, my instant coffee. Oh, it looks pretty thick, right? But that's okay. And it's one thing that I bring with me on when I travel because I feel like it gives me just a little bit of regularity, and it's pretty simple. I knew here, I told you this place that we're staying, it's called the Malia Waikiki. It used to be called the Malia Waikiki, and I love that because it definitely feels like Ohana, and they give you free coffee in the morning, which is sweet. And so I knew that they would probably also give free hot water. And so it's just a really excellent way to have your coffee, in the morning, just a little bit. I like mine pretty strong, so I don't put very much water in it, but it helps to do that. And then I don't know if I told you, but I drink mushroom coffee, and I also take a fiber. So I mix all of that together in my little concoction to have in the morning. If I do pour over, I just mix it into that. But since I'm, traveling, I just thought it would be more convenient to do just instant coffee. So we are here on our last day at the Waikiki Malia Hotel, and I'm still enjoying the view. I love a city view. I don't live in the city, but I used to wish I did. When I was younger, I always wanted to live in a big city and use public transportation and walk everywhere, and I feel like it's given me such a healthy lifestyle. I've been doing, between 12,000 and 15,000 steps a day, just getting around and doing stuff. I did not rent a car up until today because we're going to be leaving here, this hotel, and we're going to be going to a different site, and it's going to be in an area that's not as populated. So because of that, I am going to get a car. But it's been fun to kind of live like big city life for a while, a little break from what we're normally used to. I have been on this is my fourth time to Hawaii, and I love it. I love it here. And this is my first time on Oahu, which is where Honolulu is, and Waikiki. That's the capital of Hawaii. But I have also been to the Big Island and to Maui before the fires, I think I told you, and also to Kauai. And I've loved all those trips. But this is the first one where I didn't feel like I needed a car, and it was easy to get around, using the public transportation. I am working on a block. I think it's 22. I should have written it down. Block 22 of the Annie's Kit Club today. And it is a block of treble crochet stitches. And it looks a little wonky, but here I am going. I'm on row 2, as you can see. Oh, look at this one. This one kind of split. Do you see how it kind of looks different than the other ones? And I don't like that thing, so I'm going to take it out. So one thing about me, I'm thinking I'm thinking that you probably know already, is that when it doesn't look right or feel right, I just kind of take it out. I'm also, look, it kind of split up here too. So as I told you before, I really love this Kobu yarn from Lion Brand, but it does split a lot. And I don't know if that's just because that's the kind of knitter I am, or if other people have that issue. I really like the texture of it though. It's super soft, and I love bamboo fire, the viscose bamboo, because I feel like it is so natural and it breathes really, really well. So I'm willing to put up with it, but to me, that's one of the things that's a little bit annoying about it. So have you ever noticed that when they call it a double crochet, you really like, there's three there's three loops on your needle, or on your yarn, and then this is called a treble, which means three, right? Triple, like triple. But then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on your yarn, or on your needle, loops of yarn on your knitting crochet hook. Sorry, I guess it's still early in the morning. And so that used to confuse me when I was first learning to crochet, but now I've just gotten used to it. But I think I want to say oh, I split this one, in British style, because sometimes I read British patterns are from the UK, and I think they're called differently. And I think that it accounts for the fact that that it's looking at the loops. I think they call it treble because you flip your hook 3 times. So 1, 2, oh no, wait, 3. Yeah, I think that's right. No, that's wrong. I don't know why. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm not sure. But, because you pull it through 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That's why they call it that. 1, 2, yeah. But it still is confusing to me. And I think that it makes sense that it's confusing until you get used to it. And I think that when you are reading patterns, it's kind of like a whole new language. And I think that's probably something that I enjoy because, I love languages. At this hotel, it's a very, there are definitely Americans here, like me and my son, but there's also a lot of people from Japan and France. And so you hear a lot of Japanese, and there are some Koreans too, because I hear them speaking Korean, but there are a lot of Japanese people and a lot of French people. And it's fun to hear the French. I used to be fluent in French, not at like an academic level, but definitely at a conversational level. And I loved it. It was my second language. Well, there's a discussion about that, but we can have that later. But it was the first language that I really studied. And so I loved it. But I'm like always embarrassed to speak it. And I think it's because, I've had experiences in France where they tell me that, not in like in the south of France, right? I'm sorry, in the north of France, they weren't like this, but in Paris, they were. And they were very like critical of my French, even though even though it was very functional at the time. They were like, oh no, I speak English, stop speaking to me in French. And I think that it kind of like, messed with my brain. Whereas Spanish, which is the language that it's my second language that I'm most fluent in right now, they're very like warm and welcoming. Like anything you say, as long as they can understand it, they're really receptive. Okay, so I should have 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, 27. Perfect. At any rate, Nifties, I have just enjoyed our time together. You can see that in 10 minutes, all I can do is one row. And the reason I say that is because, crafting takes time. And I want everyone to know that it is time consuming, and not in a bad way, but that it's slow. Like if you want to have beautiful work, unless you're like a super professional, right? Some people are very fast and they can do a good job. Like my son's grandma, she's super fast, and she does a good job. But most people, it's a slow process, and that's part of the joy of it, right? The slowing down, the being intentional, the focusing on what you're doing at this moment. I think that it brings us a little bit of peace. So if you have felt a little more peace today, if you feel peaceful after spending time with us, please like and follow. And I really appreciate your time. I am going to a new location today in Hawaii, and I'm super excited to, do my 10-minute crafting break and just to take some time away from the vacation, especially as a solo mom. All of the planning, everything. Actually, I can't say especially because even when I was in a relationship, most of the planning fell to me. But everything is on me, and I am so grateful to have that opportunity that we are able to be here. But sometimes it can be overwhelming, and so I'm so glad that I have this a community to spend just a little bit of time with. I have been wanting to tell you about my book, Wayward, that I read, which was so good. And so we will talk about that during our next break. I hope that you are doing well. And we will see you later. Please send a pic, or please post your pic as a thread on our threads at Knittery Nicole. And we will see you tomorrow. Aloha.